Hello and a very warm welcome to this special. As an Indian cricket follower, as an Indian cricket fan, a journalist, a former cricketer, anybody who loves Indian cricket, it was fascinating to watch Indian pace bowling go about the way they were in Edgbaston on day 2. Fascinating. Jasprit Bumrah, the captain, in his first test match as a captain, was not only instrumental in taking India to 416 in the first innings, also got 3 wickets, led from the front, also created history by scoring maximum runs in an over. So much happened. Ravindra Jadeja scored 100 as well. But in the end of it all, England ended the day on 84 for 5. They were left shaken and slightly scarred, if I might add, with the way India bowled. I have with me Ashok Malhotra, former Indian cricketer, who joins me. Santosh Suri joins me from Edgbaston. Nikhil Narayan, our cricket data analyst, is with me as well. Ashok Malhotra, after day 2, despite the fact that we had several breaks due to rain, India have their hand on the Pataudi Trophy firmly, one hand at least for now.
I would say we already have the trophy in our tub, if I may say. Because the English team, I knew this was going to happen. I kind of predicted they don't have good openers and they're so dependent on Joe. You get Joe Root out, you're taking the life out of English batting. I know Bairstow has done wonderfully well, but he couldn't put a foot right yesterday. He was struggling. I don't know where that Bairstow was, who hammered Kiwis all over the park. I couldn't see him. I was trying to find him because Indian bowling is much, much better. If I may dare say, Indian bowling is by far the best bowling attack in the world. We are better than Australia, we're better than England, we're better than even Kiwis, and also even South Africa. We are probably the best bowling attack, and the kind of players sitting in the wings. Somebody like Umran Akmal, who's Umran Malik, who's 150 plus, and the whole lot of them. And not to forget Bumrah. Bumrah is really booming in this test match. The way he handled or manhandled Broad, scoring 35 and then picking up those quick 3 wickets, turned the tide in favor. And now I may say we have England on the ropes, and we just need a knockout punch, which is going to come sooner than later.
Absolutely. Okay, before we go any further, Santosh sir, you are our weather expert in Edgbaston. Tell us, what is the weather like at the moment? We're going to get a start at the time it's meant to, or is it raining?
It's sunny right now outside. That is a very happy situation for the fans and the Indian cricket team. But there is a bit of a shower predicted around noon time. But I think by and large we are going to have most of the overs bowled today. So that will be a great thing for the Sunday crowd. I think it's going to be a house full. I've seen so many people with their families, children, all walking. Of course, they have umbrella always in their hand and the lunch boxes and all. It's going to be a festive, time inside. And I think with India on the top, the Indian fans are really going to enjoy the day today. The most important thing was that yesterday there were hardly 30-odd overs bowled, and India made so much of progress in that 30 overs that even if you lose another day or so, we have enough time to score a win. So that's the great part of it. With Bumrah leading, he didn't want to waste too much of time, so he got around 35, 36 runs in an over, 29 from his bat. And then in his first test, nobody can say that he has been overwhelmed by the, leadership burden that has been put on him. And in long term, this is a very good thing for the Indian cricket.
Absolutely, and it couldn't have gone better for Jasprit Bumrah, Nikhil. Everything was perfect, and on top of that, in your first match as captain, you create history by hitting Stuart Broad. If he already didn't have the nightmare that he has to relive every time, if you see a bowler going for a lot of runs in an over with Stuart Broad having hit for 6 sixes by Yuvraj Singh, now he has another record. And somehow I just feel it's so sad and ironic in a way. On the very same day that he gets to 550 test wickets, he also has to get this in his record books.
Absolutely, and therefore they say Test cricket is a great level of the higher 550 and then 35 runs. And now he has the dubious distinction of the most expensive over in T20 eyes, which is the joint worst record, and also now the most expensive over in Test cricket history. But Bumrah was absolutely brilliant, Maya. 29 off the bat, which is in itself a world record. 29 off the bat of Stuart Broad. Pushing India past 400. And here is an interesting stat: India have crossed 400 12 times in the first innings in England, and only lost once at Lords in 1990. Only lost once, so they've crossed 400 again, and the chances of them losing from here on are very, very, very bleak. I mean, draw is also bleak. India is in a winning position, and the way Bumrah's captaincy again. No, this is about this new generation of players. We questioned Hardik Pandya, he proved us wrong. We questioned Jasprit Bumrah. What experience does he have in leadership? What a performance with the bat, enjoying himself, great field settings, brilliant, devastating opening spell. 3 wickets in first 6 overs. Per over, he bowled 2 deliveries which were almost unplayable or which beat the English batsman. So Jasprit Bumrah now has, since his debut in January 28 in South African tour, Maya, he has an average of 21.49, which is the second best for a pacer in the world, only after Pat Cummins. He's been that good in Test cricket. So, Jasprit Bumrah, the captaincy is actually inspiring him to do better, and that augurs well for Team India.
I was slightly surprised, and I'm sure you were, gentlemen, as well, with England's tactics of going short, even when you knew that it wasn't working, be it with Mohammad Shami or, for that matter, with Jasprit Bumrah. But we'll come to that in just a bit. Just seeing Indian pace attack bowl like the way they do, Ashok sir, yes, we've now been seeing them for the last couple of years. But to see them do this in England yet again was fascinating to watch, and especially that final hour, that final session. Mohammad Shami, it was, Joe Root, to trouble Joe Root consistently, the kind of batsman that he is. Eventually, Mohammad Siraj got his wicket, but the platform was set by Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Shami. Beautiful bowling throughout.
Absolutely, Neha, and the credit goes to these two gentlemen. If today we get brown wickets in England, it is thanks to these two gentlemen. Because England knows if what they can do, these guys will do much better. They'll be unplayable on a green down wickets. So that is the reason. They made life easy for Indian batters. If I may say, if Indian batters are scoring runs abroad, it's thanks to these quicks. Because the other side, they are respected worldwide. And they are intimidated worldwide. They intimidate the other opposition. That has been the strength of our Indian bowling. And these are the bowlers who win you matches. Now if you put 400 on the runs, I think win is sure. These guys will walk away with a win. Because even if you score 250, you still have a chance of winning a match. Because they win you matches. Their matches are won by the bowlers. And now we got so many quicks. Shami, the way he bowls, these two, they combine very well. They complement each other very well. They put pressure on the batter from both ends, which is very, very difficult. They not only, they don't leak runs, they pick up wickets. So they keep putting pressure, and they have a stranglehold on all the sides, all over the board. Whichever side plays, when Bumrah and Shami are bowling in tandem, you just sit and watch it. I being an old timer, for me, it is the greatest sight to watch, because I've seen weaving and avoiding the short stuff, but now we have the quicks. We have the quicks who makes these batters smell the ball. Yeah. The perfume ball, as they used to call it. So we have those guys, and it gladdens me to see this happening to these people outside India, and these are foreign sides. It just amazes me, and it gladdens me, believe you.
I'm sure. Also to do it consistently, Santosh sir, not for a... I didn't see any delivery where I felt that, Bumrah erred in his length, or for that matter, Mohammad Shami, like I said, in that final hour, knew that he had to go fuller because of the conditions that he was in, and just bowling beautifully. But sir, what happened to the Baz ball theory? I mean, instead of Baz ball, they've come a full circle where they were wasting time yesterday to avoid facing Indian bowlers.
Yeah, that's the funny part of cricket. Once you have attained success following one plan, you think it will work against B, C, D, E. But they forget that India is not New Zealand, and we have a very, very great quality bowling attack. four pace bowlers consistently coming at you. It reminds of the West Indies in the 1980s. Ashokji would have surely faced them and faced the music that time. So now it's a total change of scenario where Indians are giving it back after generations. Yesterday I asked Jaddu, Ravindra Jadeja at the press conference, I asked him, what will be your role with the ball? You have already shown with the bat. बोलते अरे सर आप क्या बोल रहे हैं? We have got four pace bowlers. वही काम कर देंगे in English conditions. They'll the one who will do it. मेरा कुछ होगा नहीं. And I'm also not bothered. As long as the team wins, I'm happy. So you see the mindset of the Indian team is totally changed now. There was a time we used to have part-time pace bowlers and spinners. We used to have three, four spinners. And now the situation is totally reversed. Now we have four, main fast bowlers, and the spinner is almost a part-time type of a guy now. So how situation and how cricket has changed over decades, that is the good thing that has developed over period of time with the advent of Kapil Dev, Karsan Gowri, and now we have reached a stage where we can dominate with the fast ball and give it back to them as we had received, over the years.
Okay. Yes, but talking about Ravindra Jadeja, I don't think he has to do much with the ball because the Pacers will do what they have to do, what they've been doing, but because it was him who was instrumental in taking India to 416 along with Mohammad Shami and Jasprit Bumrah. Nikhil, you spoke about Jasprit Bumrah, and it almost seems like he loves being the captain. He's elevated his performance. But just the transformation of Ravindra Jadeja, the test batter, how brilliant was he? Compact, leaving everything outside the off stump, just knew that he's only going to hit the balls that are coming close to him, played straight. And as a result of which, people can keep raving about Rishabh Pant, but if he didn't have a Ravindra Jadeja at the other end, he wouldn't have been able to do what he did.
Absolutely, May. And Jadeja has now been doing this consistently since that Oval knock, 86 unbeaten at the Oval in September 2018. His average is almost 50 with the bat since that knock. And he's produced one high impact knock after the other since that innings, whether it's MCG, SCG, the Oval itself, Birmingham, North Sound in the West Indies, 3 centuries, 9 half centuries in this period, the second highest average for an Indian batsman after Rohit Sharma. And most of these runs, Meha, if you see, if you analyze, they've come when India's top order hasn't done much, and Ravindra Jadeja has come when early wickets have fallen, under pressure he has scored. In some of the earlier innings, he used to counter-attack, but now the great thing is he doesn't even need to counter-attack to score those runs, which means he's scoring runs as a proper batsman. And this shows that he's now become a complete all-rounder, one of the best in the world, along with Ben Stokes, I would say. Absolutely brilliant knock by Ravindra Jadeja, completely batting England out of the match on a tough Birmingham wicket.
Yeah. Absolutely. The other thing being that, not just the team now, Ashok sir, they give it off on the field, but off the field also, just as outspoken, because I believe yesterday James Anderson said something about Ravindra Jadeja where he said, oh, you know what, he's always batted well. It's just that he's now got an opportunity to bat up the order. So, he started taking himself more seriously as a batsman, to which I think sir can tell us, Santosh Suri must have attended that press conference. What did Jadeja say to that, sir? He said, I've been batting well since 2014. So James Anderson should know that, or something like that. What was it?
Actually, what had happened is the English press asked Anderson, what do you think of Jadeja's batting? He said that now he believes in himself as a regular batsman rather than what he used to be in the past. But when Jadeja was asked, then he said, luckily now he realizes that I'm a batsman also, because they had a spat in 2014 on the field where Jadeja, probably had told Jadeja that I'll give you one on your face and you'll have your dentures in your hand and teeth in your hand. So Dhoni had come to his rescue and said that we can talk in the pavilion and we'll see who will do what. So in reference to that, Jadeja made a witty comment and said that, luckily now he realizes that I'm a quality batsman also. So that was the background of the problem that occurred on the press conference on either side. And the other thing was that, our Indian journalists were saying that finally you are a, batsman bowler more because you do very little bowling these days. He said, no, I don't put any tag. And while moving out, he said, actually you can call me fielder batsman now.
So I'm a fielder who bats and bowls.
Yeah, bowls rather than my main job is fielding, and I can be, that's it. So that
I don't know if that was meant for somebody we all know, who called him a bits and pieces cricketer. But see, that's
that's true. Yeah, that's so. He's a very witty guy who remembers, all the incidents, and to look at, he looks very, quiet and humble. But when it comes to giving it back, he's not going to hold it back. So even on pitch, if he gets a chance to bowl, I'm sure he'll trouble the English batsmen even in these conditions. So I'm very interested about that.
Also, I think the personality itself comes out on the field as well, because he plays with a lot of heart, and we've seen that in his transformation as well. In the last few years, Nikhil was telling us about how he's completely transformed since 2018. So kudos to Ravindra Jadeja. Also, I would think in the last couple of years, Nikhil, he would have been in the top run getters list, in the top 4 for sure, because you had only your openers firing, I'm guessing, along with Rishabh Pant and Ravindra Jadeja.
Absolutely. As far as batting average is concerned, he's only after Rohit Sharma, and also in run getters, he's right up there in the top 5. Also, for a number 6 or below batsman, he's amongst the best in the world, and that says a lot for what Jadeja has done in this time period. So Jadeja, the batsman overseas and at home, Jadeja, remember, is one of India's biggest match winners with the ball in India in Test cricket history. His numbers with the ball in India match Ravi Ashwin's, the bowling average at least. So Ravindra Jadeja, in the real term, is a world-class all-rounder.
Absolutely. But what happened in the fateful 84th over? Ashok sir, it was a comedy of errors. What was going on? First top edge to 4, then Stuart Broad still doesn't relent. He still peppers him with another short delivery which goes flying over the keeper's head. Still goes on, another top edge for a 6, and it just carried on from there.
See, Meha, I think they haven't learned their lesson. Probably Bumrah was out there to teach them another lesson, which they'll remember for a long time. Yeah. Because they did that when the series was going on, and I remember Shami picking up 50, Bumrah hammering them along. Then he, you never try to intimidate a fast bowler. How he can bounce, right? It was during old days when we had spinners in our ranks. You can bounce our spinners out and then get away with it and laughing all the way to the dressing room. Now we can give you back in the same coin. And we still remember how he treated James Anderson in the test match. He bounced him out. He showed him, if you can bounce me, I can bounce you better. And now, believe you me, this Stuart Broad is going to face the music. The chin music is waiting for him. Believe you me, it is good. They're going to bounce on him, and all 4 of them together. Now we don't have 1 guy or 2 guys, and as the coach said, we have got 4 of them and maybe 10 waiting in the wings. So don't try to annoy our fast bowlers. Beware of our fast bowlers. Yeah. It is like showing red rag to the bull. It is something like that, and they bounce back. Yeah. Meha, another thing which I want to add on is, if Kapil Dev was one who started the trend of fast bowlers, it is Dhoni who started the trend of a wicketkeeper batsman. I remember I was selector and Australia has beaten, and Azhar came into the selector's room and said, I want Gilchrist. I said, only thing we can do is probably change his nationality. We don't have anybody else. The best we can give you is Kiran More or Nayan Mugia or Ajay Ratra. But look at it now. Now, if you're winning abroad, because of these fast bowlers and wicketkeeper batsmen, they are the ones who are turning the tide in favor of India. And it's, hats off to Mahendra Singh Dhoni and Kapil Dev who have made this trend and are now, as I said before, I'm saying it again, and that I'm very chuffed up with this, looking at these fast bowlers. Yeah. I'm very chuffed up when I see these guys bouncing, weaving, ducking out of these thunderbolts which are being sent by our fast bowlers.
And look at those Indian fans. I mean, why wouldn't they be there? It's a Sunday, perfect day to watch Test cricket. Also, like Santosh was saying, it's sunny. India, you know, batting beautifully, bowling beautifully. Look at them. And that's why we've been saying this. That's why we love this game. What also amazes me is the love for Test cricket in England, Santosh sir, to watch, you know, tickets being sold out, full house. This is wonderful to watch because at the end of the day, we can play any amount of T20 cricket. It's winning in Test matches. That's what gives every cricketer the satisfaction that he desires.
Yeah, absolutely. The atmosphere.
Okay. Santosh sir, 1 second. I think let's just go to some of these fans and we'll come to you for a reaction on that. So let's just go across to these live visuals.
लग रहा है कि हम इंडिया जीत जाएंगे, लेकिन एक विकेट लेनी पड़ेगी जॉनी बेस्टर और स्टोक्स की, और फिर इंडिया विल विन 100%. एंड बुमराह इज डूइंग, रोहित की एब्सेंस में बहुत अच्छा कर रहा है, तो इसकी कैप्टनसी बहुत अच्छी है और होप कि इंडिया जीते आज.
Milan.
Milan, how's the mood? How's the Josh?
Very, very excited. We've been excited for this test for ages, for a long time, for a year. We've been waiting 1 year for this test match to happen. We were so upset when it was delayed. But we're back again, supporting our boys 100% all the way.
And last time in India won, it was Dravid who was the captain and Dravid was the coach when India's going to win again.
That's it, exactly. Dravid's back again to dominate England, in England.
First of all, in English?
Jay.
Jay, I just want to see the mood in the Indian camp is amazing. They are upbeat. How is the mood among the fans?
I mean, incredible, man. We're traveling here. There's only 5 of us that you can see, but there's another 10, 15 people that are coming. It's going to be amazing. We're going to be the loudest ones in the ground. You will definitely hear us.
You sound like a passionate fan.
Oh,
and
yeah.
The entire Indian team is. So, who do you think is now going to run over the English batting lineup?
I think
have done their job.
I think once we get out best though, I think then it will be comfortable for us. But we just need to make sure that we put on the pressure, get early wickets this morning, and then it will be fine.
Okay, so Indian fans hoping for India to, you know, win this series. One of them saying they waited for a year for this test match. Yes, Santosh sir, carry on.
Actually, the most striking thing about Test cricket in England is that unlike the World Cup where India is playing, almost 80% of the spectators are Indians. But in this multilateral series, I've seen that the divide is almost 50-50. So that's actually very good atmosphere here. One side there are English fans who are singing and cheering their team. On the other hand, there is the Indians who are really backing it. And there is, it's all done in fun and joy. There is no, ill will or anything like that, or bad thing. They are taking everything in good spirit. That's the whole thing. The crowds walking in with, children and families walking in and, waving the flag. And English also coming in their own way, Indians coming in their own way. So the atmosphere is the perfect. Plus the conditions, the most challenging conditions ever you face in India, in England. That is what Jadeja also said, that it is a dream of any cricketer to score 100 in English conditions. Only then he can be said that, yes, he's finally achieved something at the world level.
Absolutely, and this is what he said even in the press conference, Ashok sir, where he said that I was very clear on how I wanted to approach my batting. He said that, I knew that in England it is going to be difficult to bat, so I'm going to just play close to my body, not fish for anything outside the off stump, just keep myself, just play straight. And what we saw in that 100 that he scored of 194 balls was just that. At no point, at no point did you see him take any risks.
See, I think I agree with what James Anderson said. Now he's got the set. He was always a great player. He was always a good batter. He's got 2 triple hundreds in first class cricket. We always knew he can bat. He's always been a good batter. But maybe in international cricket, the short ball was probably troubling him a bit. But now he's overcome it. And the way he's batting. The great thing about him is now he's playing as a batter. Purely as a batter, he knows he will not get very many opportunities as far as bowling is concerned in alien conditions. But then he's compensating with his batting plus his fielding. He's a plus man, and batting, now he's come of age. He's probably as good as any batter in the side, if I may dare say, because the record speaks for itself. The way Nikhil said, last 2 years probably is averaging for 50 plus.
Yeah.
So which shows that he's playing purely as a batter. He's probably underestimated in his batting here, and he very rightly told Anderson, "I've been batting well since 2014," but probably he didn't have that belief in 2014. What he has in from 2018. Now he has the belief. Now he's a genuine all-rounder, probably a world-class all-rounder, and a great world-class package, because we all know he's probably the best fielder in the world.
There are some questions now being asked on our show as well. Anurag Singh's asking how much of a chance does England have to win? 2 questions on England's comeback. So Indians still want to make sure that there is no chance. Santosh sir, what are the chances? How can England make a comeback from here?
See, it is going to be the crucial partnership that 2 batsmen are the crease. They are the crucial partnership. If you can get both of them out, the match is virtually in India's hands. So the only chance that the English team have, is on the current partnership that is in the center. If they can, recreate the magic that they showed against the New Zealand team, then they may have some, like they say, we can chase down any target on the final day or whatever we give. So that's their only chance, is to reduce the first innings margin as less as it could be, and then come back and get India out. So in cricket, nobody can say the match is over till the final ball is bowled. So I presume that England will think that they have a chance till they are really down and out. So I think with the sun out and the pitch, if they bat out the first half an hour or so, I think they can fancy the chances of having a big partnership. If this partnership can go to say 200, 250, and they narrow down the first innings lead, then still they'll have a game in hand and still have belief that they can come back and win this match. But I think it's a very long shot, and we know that with Indian bowlers really firing, I don't think they have much of a chance to come back. That's the belief of the Indian fans and Indian experts.
Okay, but the sun's shining and it looks like a good day for batting, Ashok sir. That will have an impact on the pitch and the conditions.
Surely, Meha, you have put a very, very good question. When the sun is out, batting becomes easy. England, under cloud, it's a different style of batting. When the sun is out, sun is shining, then sun is probably shining on the batters. When it's cloudy, then it is not shining on the batters. So I think I agree with Santosh ki, if they have a partner. You can never count, because it's a game of great uncertainty. You can never count it out. I know we still have to get 15 wickets to win this match. We only taken 5 wickets. One good partnership can turn the tide in the favor, like it happened with Rishabh Pant and Jadeja. So, but the way our bowlers are, the way they're bowling, they are not really dependent on these over cloud covers or wickets and everything. They're bowling in good area, putting pressure. And I see no reason if we might get them all out by lunchtime, and then probably back again and put runs on the board, and hope once again that cloud covers comes in and we roll them over.
So no chance of enforcing a follow-on if that
No, that is out of the system. Meha, nowadays nobody gives the follow-on after the Calcutta test.
Absolutely. Okay, but just also coming back to the first innings, 416 gentlemen, we talked about, and it's not just us who said that even if India can get to 360, 380, 400 is what we said, 400, a very, very good total, but 416, brilliant. Paul Collingwood, I think in the press conference, Santosh said, if we can keep India to 360, I think, he said that we would think that to be a small win for us. But then Indian batting, the tail, the way Jadeja batted with them, then Mohammad Shami and Jasprit Bumrah, how crucial was that for them? Even not just in getting the score to 416, but the psychological advantage with what happened in that over, and 78 runs overall scored.
Yeah, that's the modern Indian cricket. There was a time when, we used to have Venkat, Prasanna, Bedi and Chandra. And when their turn used to come to bat, the guys in the players in the dressing room used to put on the shoes and getting ready, to go to the field, and they know that it's matter of a few deliveries that all four will be back in the pavilion. So from those days, things have changed a lot over the years. The tailenders, lower order, also have started contributing with the bat. And they realize that, any amount of runs that come are going to be a bonus. And that's what Ravindra Jadeja said, that the contribution of the lower half in recent times has been very crucial. And that's the reason even this, a few added runs can turn the momentum, especially the way Bumrah really knocked out Broad.
Yeah.
Was really the way the momentum really shifted towards the Indians. And as they came firing on all cylinders, bowlers, and then they took the early wicket. So that's the change, the attitude change that we have seen, where we used to be, dull dogs, and we used to think of, first aim was not to lose the test match. Now there is no chance. We don't even think of, drawing a game or, playing dull cricket. Whatever may be the condition, whatever may be the situation, now we have learned that we have to be aggressive all the time and really go hammer and tongs on the field, and you will take the upper hand. So that's the situation we are now in, and that is quite good for Indian cricket right now.
All right, another message from Aniket Sharma saying this game is going to be interesting and you can never let England out of the equation, especially because of the way England have been playing in the last 3 test matches. Nikhil, also, let's not forget that India were 98 for 5. Those are, before I just come to Nikhil, again, visuals from Edgbaston. There are lots of fans coming in. It's a perfect day for cricket, Sunday afternoon for everybody, just to watch Indian team and the English team, and it's been 2 very exciting days of cricket that we've already seen, and day 3 promises to provide us more excitement, more action. So there you can see fans thronging to the stadium. But just coming back to that, Nikhil, 98 for 5. Yeah. India were 98 for 5 at one point before Rishabh Pant and Jadeja. And the tail took them to 416. And even with England, we've seen that it's not really their top order that's been scoring runs.
Absolutely. And therefore, this partnership, as everyone's saying, Johnny Bairstow and Ben Stokes, this becomes the partnership. If this partnership can score 150 plus, England have a chance in the 4th innings, especially with what they've done against New Zealand. So this partnership is crucial. England would still believe they can stage a comeback as they did in the New Zealand series. You will see baseball at some point today. I mean, there's no way you won't see it. England have nothing to lose. England, actually, they have everything to lose, but they will risk 1-3 at the cost of 2-all. They need to. They're desperate for 2-all. They don't care about 1-3. 1-2 doesn't give them anything. So England will have to play. They'll have to take all the risks. They need to win this test match. They cannot afford to lose the series. They won't want to do that, especially under McCullum and Stokes. So you will see, if they play out the first star, Stokes and Bairstow will go out. Will go after the Indian bowling. So England cannot be ruled out. If Jadeja and Pant can do it, so can Bairstow and Stokes. They don't have any less ability. Yes, Indian bowlers are a different breed. It's not going to be easy especially against Bumrah and Mohammad Shami. The best bowling average since 2018 for any team in the world. We're essentially saying that the collective Indian bowling is better than the likes of the South African pacers, whether it's Rabada, Nokia, etc., or even Cummins, Hazelwood, Stark, etc., since 2018, since Bumrah made his debut on the South African tour. And credit for that, I wanted to make a point, must be given to Virat Kohli. Under his leadership, India, this fast bowling crop, started giving their best collectively, and we won twice in Australia. We win test matches in South Africa. We're leading in England. Under Virat Kohli's leadership, Bumrah, Shami, Umesh Yadav, Ishant Sharma, now Shardul Thakur, Siraj have collectively given their best.
Absolutely, and not to take anything away from even the others, like the whole team management. You're right, Virat Kohli with Ravi Shastri, Bharat Arun. I remember talking to him and him saying very clearly that he was told that if we want to win, one of the things that Indian fans want India to do is to win abroad, because they said that they're bullies at home. They're not able to win abroad. What can we do to win overseas. And that's when they sat down and said, look, to win overseas, we need to take 20 wickets. We need good fast bowlers. And as Ashok Malhotra was saying as well, that it is fantastic as an Indian cricket follower, as a former cricketer, to watch Indian pace attack bowl so beautifully in England. Again, live visuals. Fans, will keep getting you those visuals as well. Fans excited, happy to be there also because the Indian team is doing well. So you can see smiles on their faces. And as Santosh was saying that, you know, it's England, and it really is a brilliant place to watch cricket. If you love cricket, you need to go to, even if you get a chance ever, go to any of these grounds and watch a day's cricket, and you'll know what it's like. Just sit back, relax, just, you know, yeah, enjoy the action. So there you have it, lots of fans thronging in. Santosh sir, last couple of questions. We'll keep asking you about the weather, you know, because of how quickly it changes in England. So hopefully sun's out, everything is fine.
Yeah, it's again, you know, since morning it was very bright and sunny. Now a bit of cloud cover is coming in. So that should be really good for Indian. It's not totally bright now. It's playing hide and seek outside. So that should be, you know, that's always a dicey thing in England. Ashokji has played so much of cricket in England. He knows within minutes the situation can change. Suddenly you are playing and it looks, you know, so bright and beautiful. And within minutes it's all overcast and cloudy and raining. And then I think that day is done. And then suddenly you find within 15 minutes it's all gone, it's all clear. They clean up everything and the match starts again. See, the English players and the cricketers are well used to this condition. But for us Indians, it's so frustrating to see start, stop, and it's really frustrating. But then that's part of cricket, and players take it. So we have to also take it in the press box, because sometimes it really gets on your nerves. No action in the middle.
I can
so
imagine.
That's the way it is. But hopefully we'll have full days or almost full days play today, and it should be really interesting for you know, cricket fans all over the world.
You know, the other thing that's fascinating to watch, Ashok sir, and you can tell us more, you've played there, is that how, whether I agree, overcast conditions because of that, but it's also the ball, the number of overs the ball has been bowled for, it's towards the second half of the day. There are so many different variables, and you'll see suddenly the ball will start doing much more. Batsmen who are looking very good at, you know, 20 minutes back are suddenly struggling. Explain to us this phenomena of how things change so quickly in England.
See, it happens. It happens so quickly. Believe you me, sometimes you won the toss, put the side in, all of a sudden the sun comes out and they make merry. And the moment you come into bat, all of a sudden the cloud covers comes in and ball is darting all around. You know, so you realize you made a mistake. But the fact is, that is the way of life. That is how you play cricket in England. You have to get used to it. You know, it might be, you know, luck of the draw. You know, it might be luck of the draw, whether you are playing under sun or you're playing under cloud cover. And I like Santosh is saying that the clouds are coming. It augurs well for India. Believe you me, if cloud cover is there, then I don't see what Pickle said, seeing a partnership from Stokes or Bairstow. Because then they're bound to struggle. You will not see that aggressive stroke play which they showed against New Zealand. Then it's a dice is loaded against England. But as I said before, but if the sun keeps shining, then sun might shine on it. It is a game of great uncertainties, and if we can do it, so can they do it. But I'm keeping my fingers crossed. An Indian follower, Indian cricket lover, that we're going to turn the tide in favor of India.
In favor of India. The other thing being, when you're watching Joe Root bat, Santosh sir, you felt like he was doing everything right. It was a batting masterclass in the beginning. You know, just how to bat against a ball that was moving around, and yet survival is so difficult in those conditions. There is no right way of batting. You just somehow have to survive. Just be as compact as possible, but still a good ball will get you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yesterday, Jadeja exactly said what the situation is in England. He said in India you can drive, drive the balls which are well away outside the off stump, but in English conditions you have to be very, very sure while facing the balls that are well in your reach, but they may not be. They may be a bit outside the off stump and move away. So you have to be very careful initially, at least, driving or defending such deliveries. He said my main objective was to leave as many deliveries that were going outside the off stump, and that's what he did. So many deliveries, he batted so patiently to allow the ball to go away outside the off stump. And he said the trick of playing in England is to play very close to your body. The closer you are to the body, the more unlikely you are to edge it to the slip or wicket keeper. So that is the mantra of batting in English conditions, which we have known since ages. Sunil Gavaskar, we have seen how he used to bat and how he used to be patient, leaving ball after ball after ball, and not getting tempted to drive deliveries that are outside the off stump and falling in trap. So that's the big mantra that a person learns when he comes to England. Once you have tackled the English conditions here, and that's the time when you have the confidence to come and say that, yeah, now I can probably bat on any surface anywhere in the world. Yeah.
Okay, Ashok sir, you want to come in?
Yes, what Santosh said, it is a proper cricket man. But people like Rishabh Pant, they have their own man. They make their own way. They don't go according to the coaching manual. They have set their own set of rules, and they are successful. Say Virendra Sehwag, same with them. So they make their own set of rules, and there's no hard and fast rule you get close to your body. It is for the coaching value, for the coaching man. It is not for the real. Everybody has their methods, and they have their own methods, and they are being very, very successful. So they found another path of being successful in England.
That's what I was going to say. The highest run scorer from this test match has played anything but orthodox. But he still ended up scoring so many runs. But then that's also because he's just so special and so gifted. Thank you, gentlemen. I think we are out of time. Hopefully a good game of cricket with England all out before lunch. And, let's not leave it to rain or anything else. Let's just quickly get going, finish the test match off. But thank you once again, Ashok Malhotra, Santosh Suri, Nikhil Narayan as well. That's it then on this special. For all the latest for news from the world of sports, do subscribe to News 9 Sports. That's where you'll get all our videos, interviews, updates, shows like this. So if you're into that kind of thing, do subscribe. For now, goodbye. Thanks for watching.